Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my review of the Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid game. And it finished 1-0. We finished second in the group behind Roma, level on points with them on 11 points, but because of the head-to-head rule in the Champions League, we finished second. And I do not know how we did not win that game. It was chance after chance after chance in the second half. Massive chance after massive chance. And we were just too stupid to actually score. Like, what are we doing? And the one goal we did score was a bloody own goal as well. I'm so frustrated. Like, of course, yeah, we're through. Great. But how do you not win that game? How can you be so bad at finishing as a team? It's literally unbelievable. But I'm going to talk about everything. So starting off with the lineup, it was a 3-5-2. Thibaut Courtois in goal, Cesar Spilicueta, Andreas Christensen and Gary Cahill as the three centre-backs. Then very surprisingly, it was Victor Moses as the right wing-back and Davide Zappacosta as the left wing-back. Marcos Alonso being on the bench. You know what I wanted to happen against Swansea and against Newcastle didn't, then happen against Atletico Madrid. Why? Why would you rest your best player in that position against Atletico Madrid but not against teams who you should really beat? I don't know. But Zappacosta had a very, very good game when he was on, in my opinion. Played very well. Then Kante, Bakayoko and Fabregas as the three central midfielders and Hazard just behind Morata up front. First 10 minutes of the game, Atletico Madrid had more of the ball but no mentionable chances on either side. And then in the 17th minute, we had the first good chance of the game through Alvaro Morata. He turned the defender just outside the box and had a curling effort with his strong right foot, but it went just wide of the post. Keeper would have had no chance. And just before we created a chance, we got into the game a lot more of the ball, looking more dangerous going forward as well. Then in the 23rd minute, another good chance for Morata. Moses did well after throwing on the right-hand side. Moses did break into the box, laid it back to Morata, who had to slide in to get his effort away. Got it on target, but Oblak made a decent save to actually keep it out. In the 30th chance, a massive, massive chance for Hazard. Great pass by Bakayoko into Hazard's feet, who was stood around 13 yards from goal or so. Hazard tried to take it first time, but just completely missed the ball. Like, very frustrating, that one. Like, really, really big chance. Like, the path to goal was basically open as well for his shot. In the 37th minute, another huge chance, this time for Zappacosta. He cut in from the left onto his strong right foot, had a shot from just outside the box. I think it might have taken a small deflection, I'm not sure, but somehow Oblak got down into the bottom corner to save it. Absolutely outstanding save, and I have to say that. That was basically it for the first half. We went into half-time at 0-0, and we were the much better team overall. Created a fair few good chances compared to Atletico Madrid, who literally had nothing. Nothing. And they were the team that had to win to stand any chance of going through. They were so unbelievably slow on the ball, but again, we're struggling with what we have been struggling for most of the season. We weren't clinical enough. We didn't miss any sitters in the first half. But we were not taking our chances as well as we could and should do against a team like Atletico Madrid. And you know what I'm saying now will come to proof even more so in the second half. And the second half started exactly like the first half ended. 49th minute, first big chance of the second half. Also, a chance for Chelsea. Andreas Christensen, a good opportunity with a header, but he couldn't get it into the corner and Oblak saved it. Yes, he had to lean back, so it was a difficult one for him. But again, you could do better. And that was a crazy minute of play, really. Same minute as the Christensen chance. Another chance, this time for Hazard. Incredible run into the box, cuts back onto his right foot, and his shot was then deflected just wide. And in the 50th minute, from that very corner that Hazard shot one, Morata had a great chance with that, but again, could direct it well enough, and Oblak was there to save it again. Then in the 53rd minute was actually Atletico Madrid's first real chance all game long when Felipe Luis hit the post with a shot from about 25 yards. The rebound then fell to an Atletico player, and who tried to head it on goal, who did head it on goal, but Courtois was up again really quickly, incredibly quickly, and caught the header from the rebound. And then in the 55th minute, basically the same minute that Roma took the lead against Karabakh, Atletico made it 1-0. From a corner, Torres flicked the ball onto the far post where Saul Niguez was completely unmarked and just headed it in from inside the 6-yard box. And guess who was marking Saul? You got it! Bloody Bakayoko! Bloody Bakayoko. Yeah, I'm starting to really like that guy, aren't I? I'm starting to really like him. And no surprise, thankfully, in the 64th minute, Bakayoko came off. Pedro came on for him. And to be honest, I couldn't really make out how we changed formation after that, because Pedro was on the wing, but Hazard was still central. So I'm not sure what exactly that was, to be honest. In the 67th minute, unbelievable chance for Andreas Christensen. Played a corner short. Cesc got into the box to put a great cross in. Christensen was steaming onto it and put his diving header wide from 6 yards. Like, what are you doing? Like, he was basically in the middle of the goal and put his header wide. What are you doing, Christensen, son? I know you're not a striker, yeah? But you have to score that. I'm sorry, but you have to score that. 1 minute later, another massive chance for Pedro and Morata. Moses put in a cutback, low cross. Pedro couldn't do anything else but flick it with the back of his heel. Morata should have really got there, but missed the ball. And then Oblak and the defender in a combined effort somehow stopped the ball from crossing the line. In the 73rd minute, then Willian came on for Zappacosta. And I think they basically changed it to a 4-2-4 formation because Pedro was on the left, Willian was on the right, but Hazard still stayed central. And then in the 75th minute, finally making it 1-1 through an own goal by Savic. Hazard put in a hard hit, low cross in from the left. Savic put his foot in and put it into his own net, really. We got kind of lucky there, but obviously we took it at that point. And just a minute later, unbelievable. Biggest chance of the game, probably. For Morata on the counter. Like, he was through Fabregas running, probably as fast as I've ever seen him run for Chelsea. Squared it to Morata through the legs of an Atletico Madrid player. Morata got the ball, say, 20 yards from goal. He ran into the box. Like, he had time to compose himself. And Oblak saved his effort. Like, yes, Oblak came steaming out. Yes, Oblak made himself as big as possible. And that was great goalkeeping by him. And he did save it with his foot. So, you know, it wasn't poor placement by Morata. But when you're one-on-one with the keeper, completely on your own, and it's not like you just get it and it's a first-time finish. You have time to compose yourself. And you don't score. I'm sorry, you have to put that away. You know, people criticise me for hating on Morata, but his one-on-one finishing is absolutely dreadful. And I'm sorry to say that, but he's missed about 10 sitters that were one-on-ones already this season. And we're not even at Christmas yet. And he still scored 11 goals. Imagine how many goals he could have scored. It's so frustrating. Like, we literally could have turned the complete game around inside 2 minutes. But we couldn't. Of course we couldn't. Then in the 81st minute, Batshuayi came on for Morata. And just 2 minutes after that, another massive chance. Well, actually, I said Morata was the biggest. Maybe that was even the biggest. Or let's say on par. For Willian, who came on earlier, like I said, completely on his own. And I mean that, completely on his own. About 12, 11 yards from goal after Hazard played him in from the left flank. And Willian just blasted his first time effort over. Yes, the ball was bouncing a little bit. But come on, mate. You're Brazilian. Like, you cost us a lot of money. You know, it was still a lot of money when we signed you. How do you put that over? Like, how? It's so frustrating. We had another massive chance on a counter-attack in the 90th minute when Willian was driving the ball forward, but he waited too long to play Pedro through, who would have been through on goal completely by himself. Then when Willian finally did play the pass, even though Pedro probably would have been caught up by the defender by then anyway, Willian also overhit the ball, so Pedro didn't even get a touch to the ball ever. And then in the 92nd minute, another chance, this time for Batshuayi. Great play from him and put his effort just inches wide of the post. Can't blame him for that at all. He did really well there. And that was then full time. 1-0. Like I said, Roma beat Karabakh 1-0. Level on points with Roma on 11 points. But Roma topped the group on the head-to-head. Because obviously, you know, we drew 3-3 at the bridge and got absolutely hammered 3-0 in Rome. Like, what was this game? How many massive chances we missed is actually unbearable. 7 shots on target, 7 shots off target, against one of the best defensive sides in the world in Atletico Madrid, even though they're going out in the group stages of the Champions League right now. They've only conceded 7 or 8 goals in La Liga. So many fairly easy chances in the second half. Morata, Willian, Christensen in the first half, a few chances as well. Obviously, Oblak made a few great saves as well, but, you know, we had so many other chances that Oblak didn't even have any chance of saving if we just did the right thing. And we bottled those as well. Like, it's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated. How on earth did we not win that game? And Bakayoko, yeah? This guy thinks he's a professional sleeper. Not a professional footballer, because he was definitely fucking fast asleep when we conceded that goal. He was definitely not playing football. Like, how did you just stand there and let your man just run off? And how are you 6 or 7 yards off the man you're actually meant to be marking when he scores? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, yes, Zappacosta lost the header to Torres, but Torres is, I'm pretty sure, taller than Zappacosta. Zappacosta isn't exactly a centre-back. So yes, maybe he should have done better against Torres as well. But at least he was there. He was trying to get into, you know, trying to battle Torres for the header. Bakayoko was just standing there, and he was like, oh, was that my player? Well, yeah, it was, mate. And again, Morata's finishing, Willian's finishing, Hazard, though, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Arguably one of his best Chelsea performances, because one of the best teams he played so well. He ran rings around everyone. He was on the left, he was on the right, he was central, he was taking chances. He basically scored the goal. Well, it wasn't an own goal, but he hit the shot or cross or whatever you want to call it to actually, you know, create the own goal, if you will. He was so good. And someone says Fabregas as well, with so many unbelievable crosses and long balls and passes. Like, it was so good, but it wasn't enough today. Atletico literally had 2 or 3 chances. 2 or 3 proper chances, scored one. Yes, they hit the post. But, you know, that's what it is. Yes, I am very frustrated now. I know we're through. There is still a chance of us drawing a, you know, not too difficult team. But there is a much bigger chance of us drawing a team that I don't think we can beat, especially with finishing like we showed today. The draw is on Monday, and it will either be PSG, Barcelona, or Besiktas, who we're facing in the next round. Well, I mean, Besiktas would be good. Still a difficult place to go, especially away in Istanbul. That's an unbelievably hard place to go to. You know, they're topping a difficult group with Leipzig and Porto. I'm pretty sure they will top it anyway. And obviously, there's not much to say about Barcelona and PSG. Like, they're both having very, very good seasons. PSG tonight actually lost 3-1 to Bayern Munich, but obviously still topped the group level on points with Bayern Munich. But yeah, that's really it. Leave me all of your thoughts. Are you as frustrated as I am? Are you as fuming as I am at Bakayoko, at Morata? You know, I mean, I will calm down in a bit, but I'm fuming now. Absolutely fuming. It feels like a loss. Like, I wanted to win that game. And Conte clearly did as well, you know, just looking at his substitutions. He brought Willian on for Zappacosta, and he put Pedro on for Bakayoko, and, like, you know, we risked everything. Like, we played everyone we had, and everyone played out of their skin. Everyone gave it everything. So, like, we left a lot of energy in their pitch as well, and we didn't get any rewards for it, just because the finishing was so poor. And it's very frustrating. But yeah, leave me all of your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Check out my social media, which is Louse1507 on Instagram and Twitter. I massively appreciate that if you could follow me there. Don't forget to subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Click the button up there and you can subscribe. And also click the notification bell down below. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, no matter what. Upwards and onwards. And I'll see you next time.